Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Battle Brothers. Me, Cornish-Knight, as we get back into the campaign. Now, that gives him minus to his vision. I don't like that. I don't like it. Oh, it's minus to my vision. It's like, yeah, but it's a cloth hood, mate. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to destroy your ability to see. Fine, he can have that. He can have that. Do I want to send him into the fight? If I'm going to give him a different weapon. Have that, because you've got relatively high skill and you can have a spear. Okay, so what are we facing? So it's zombies, okay. Right. 10 against... There's 11 against 9. No easy choke points from what I can see, except for maybe here. I mean, there's a choke point here. We could put a couple of guys... You could put one guy here and hold them off with a spear, in theory. You two can get that job then. You're not going to move. Sort on the battlefield here, slightly perhaps. Get up here. Oi. Nothing hits. Just great. Okay. End my turn because it's the forest, so we've got to fatigue penalty. Sorry, I've just been... Because I've been playing another campaign. Like, I play a lot of Battle Brothers. So I've been playing a campaign separately to this one because I wanted to see what to expect with the cultists, and my conclusion is that the cultists at the moment, as they stand, are really unbalanced as a background, and they need some heavy tweaking. Purely to do with the fact that like they're really nigh on impossible to play normally. I don't know if they have to tweak some of the stuff, like some of these scenarios, but as it stands, it's really hard to actually keep a warband together in this game as cultists. Partly to do with the fact that you have an event that pops where you basically have to make offerings to your god, and let's put it this way: you don't have any choice in the matter what the offerings are. So you better hope that the game gives you a decent choice, because if you don't, you get royally messed up by it. Right, so... Missed both times. Yeah, I mean, I I decided to play Dakota because I thought it'd be a really interesting background, and it is. But the issue that they have is that you don't have any way of burning down the aggro that you get from your own party members for this random event that takes place. And if it happens while you're away from a settlement, it's pretty much guaranteed, unless you can keep your guys at higher morale, it's pretty much guaranteed that you will lose a member of your party. Like, constantly. I'd say, like it's because it basically will lead to a lot of your party members basically deserting if they're non-cultist. So it's really hard if you're away from a settlement to stop your non-cultist party members from leaving. Which is not something I'm particularly happy with. Moved the wrong character. That's annoying. Thought they were lower health than that. Ah dear. Stay dead. I still think blunt weapons should have the ability to permakill zombies. That's just me. No, but I've been doing some game testing for the DLC. Well, not game testing, but basically testing in my own capacity. And as it stands, the cultist one, this one, is, in my opinion, really unbalanced at the moment. It really needs to have a retweak. Because as it stands, it's heavily biased against all your non-cultist members of your party. So it's nigh on impossible to have any non-cultist member in your party unless they've got obscenely high morale. Okay. You did your task. Keep that down there. And he's going to get back up, is he? Okay, fine. Missed. That was not planned. Still think slingshots should do more damage to zombies. Because they are basically like a blunt weapon, which is the thing that's great at killing zombies. In the lore, anyway. Right. No, it's just that as it stands, I'm a bit annoyed with the cultists because it feels to me like a bit of a wasted opportunity. Because they are... I knew they were going to be challenging, but it's a level of challenging that I was not expecting. Right, so we've got to buff that. Buff that. None of these are great, so we'll buff his morale. Get gifted. And go that and that. Stamina. I need to get his morale up as quickly as possible, to be honest. I would have gone fatigue otherwise, but 61 morale. He can have. Actually, I'll keep him with the flail. Flails are better. Take that. take the health and take the morale. Perk trait. Range defense, and that to get him more rounded off, so he's a bit more defensible. We need to try and keep his morale constant, so in my playtestings, one of the few things I have found which is able to keep your party together most of the time is you just basically bribe them with booze. I mean, no, it's not nice, but it's literally one of the few things you can do to keep people on your side. Selling off unneeded equipment. So that's got some people cheerful. Not many. Need to hire another person as soon as possible, really, to get the achievement unlocked. Well, to get the ambition completed. Sleep. Morning. Coatists, no coatists. Grab some cheap food, though. Now, the Warfork looks interesting because it has the spear wall ability, but the downside of it is I found that it doesn't trigger it as a polearm, it triggers it at a spear, so even if you couldn't attack from 2 tiles away, the spear wall does not activate at 2 tiles away, it activates at 1. Well, I assume it activates at 1, because when I tried to use it like a polearm and attack it over 2 tiles away, it worked fine until I put the spear wall on. It just would not attack anyone, which is a bit of a rude awakening for my guys. What's this? Delivery. South by road. Okay, so we can deliver that south by road. Where do we need to go? 2 days by road, all the way down there. Yeah, we can do that. If we sprint. I need to get another coatist. And I need to find somewhere that has a tavern on the way. Because we're going to have to... There's a tavern there. The problem is, if we can't get somewhere that has a tavern and basically drug our blokes up with booze... it's going to get bad really quickly. Need to hire anybody. Anybody here that's worth taking? There is a coatist. I'm going to grab him. And he's asthmatic because, you know, of course he is. He could actually be a relatively good reserve. His resolve is not too bad. His other stats are pants, though, to be honest. They're actually really bad. Give him that. He needs to have a shield of some kind. He'll get ripped to pieces by range. But we can turn him relatively easy into a good, like, bannerman with okay melee stats. But the asthmatic thing is bad because he's going to get less fatigue back per turn. Yeah, it has a reduced fixed rate of 15 each turn, or as much as necessary for characters to start every turn with 15 less than their maximum fatigue. Yeah, so basically he loses 3 of that, so he recovers 12 every turn, which isn't great. Anything we can get here for him? We could get a shield. We could turn him into a sling person for the moment. Like, what's his range skill like? 41. Eh, why not? I'd rather grab another range user and just make him a bannerman down the line. Right. So it's not a great setup by any means. But now I have to fully leg it, because if we can't get... Okay, there's the ambition, so everyone's happy. Where's the nearest pub? There's brigands, but I don't want to fight them because I got a package and I'm needing to get to somewhere with a tavern. So yeah, we're going to leg it to here as quickly as possible. hopefully get there before we can trigger one of the stupid sacrifice events. The thing was, I was really looking forward to playing these guys, and I am slightly disappointed about how broken they are to play. 74. Okay. Bribe those guys. And just hope. Yeah, it's not great. Not gonna lie. Spitum are not too bad. 2 hours away, but they're expensive. Yeah. Let's get down to here as quickly as possible to turn the money in. Right, we turned that in. 86 crowns, missing people. Is there a cultist? No, no cultists. Okay. We'll grab some medical herbs because we just need some. I'm just literally just getting everybody super drunk in case the sacrifice event happens. Because I'm going to have to try and keep my guys together as much as possible. And executions. No more cultists. Cheap armor. I'll grab that. He can have it, and he can have that. As it stands right now, what day are we on? What's this? Follow the tracks. The problem is, well, he's gotten drunk, which is not great, but hopefully it should hold off. Hopefully we can get this job done before any weird events take place. This is the problem that I find with the cultists, is that what we got? Just mostly thugs. How drunk is he? Pretty totaled. Okay. So you've got to stay in the back. Right, to arms. I normally don't fight at night time. With the cultist, you can't afford to wait around at all. Not even in the slightest. Get up there, spear wall. Oh, he's got a great weapon. I have to be careful of my shots as well, because I've only got one quiver. So I'm just trying to fire into a lot of people here and hopefully hit someone. Okay, so they're going this way. Attack the guy with least armor. Got him in the lungs. Killed him. Right. His turn is done. Missed. Missed. Control the high ground. Crossed fingers, crossed hands. He's stunned. Crossed ribs. Just generally just trying to kill them as quickly as possible. Get some easy XP off. Run them down. I get a really bad feeling that we're going to have the first like proper group sacrifice coming up. It normally kicks off around this time. Got some gear. Got the item. And now we have to leg it, because if we get the event now, well, we're so far from a settlement. Come on. Okay. Phew. That's not too bad. One thing I will say is that I find it really strange that these are only 30 and these open lever caps are 40. Right. He leveled up. Melee, melee. Stamina. Right. Get his morale up. Get his health up, because his health is terrible. Get his... I'm going to get his level 3, 61. I'm going to put it into melee defense. Okay, so he's good. Morale. Buff that. Some of these guys are just really garbage stats, unfortunately. Boost his morale, because his morale is low. Melee defense. And between those two, I'll go for stamina, get the perk. Not great, but still better than nothing for boosting stats. Alright, he leveled up. Not a lot of good options, to be honest. So I'm going to boost those and get toughness for him. More range. Actually cancel that. More range defense, and we'll grab him some more stamina. And with this one you can have more range again. More range defense and more health. Right, so generally okay. I'm going to keep the hoods only on the cultists, on the people who are actually cultists, because it means that when it comes time for me to figure out who I'm going to have to sacrifice, it's easier for me to remember. I know that drops his skill down, but these things are pretty low range anyway. Right. Okay, so all the cultists. I've got 6 cultists and 6 normal people. Right. With the items that we have, we got another one of these. Another spiked club, or spiked mace. I mean, we could give it to him and just have him charge into melee. Have a load of great weapon users rather than pole arms. That might work. But he's got melee defense minus 15, which is not great. And he's not really cut for it. Neither really is he. And there's no one I really want to give. I mean, I could turn him into one, I suppose. And just have them come swinging out with great weapons all over the place. Well, whatever happens, we better just get ready. I mean, how's our morale looking? Everyone is okay except for him. His morale is average. He's going to be a pain. Well, we got a couple of people drunk, which is not great because they're going to take hangovers in the morning. Okay, let's go down here and see if they've got any work. Oh, we're low on food as well. Didn't realise that. That's my bad. And it's expensive here as well for food. Witch Hunter burning, so there's not going to be any cultists in town. Not really looking to hunt monsters yet. I need to have the first sacrifice take place. Right, get a good amount of food in. I'm going to sell the club and some of the less useful gear right now. Got a bit of better quality armor floating about. That's 80 and that's 70, okay. He's the best one out of that group. Unless he is, but he is one of my cultists. So you can have that. Okay. No work. They didn't think they had any cultists. No. No, not indeed. Just really nervous that the ritual will take place before I can get to a settlement. Okay. Grab that because it's relatively cheap. And with that, I can upgrade him to this. So we're all off the basic low-grade armors now. What's the missions? Parcel delivery. 3 days by north by road. For the tracks. Return with the money. Northwest. There's 7 of them. And they have some raiders. Okay. I don't want to fight in the mountains if I can help it. Come on, Dawn. Right. So we got some brigand thugs. That's not great, to be honest. He's got a hangover. He should still be able to handle himself. And I'm just going to have to keep plying people with booze. Because I can't afford to lose anyone. Anyway, if you've liked, please press the like button. If you subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or you can get back in contact with me and I can comment on your comment. If you want us to have a character in the campaign, let me know. And I shall see you all again next time, folks. Goodbye.